Hello and welcome to my channel, The Natural Rhythm of Yoga. My name's Emma. I've been a yoga teacher for just over 2.5 years and I'm here to bring you today a practice for the August new moon. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we start, just making sure that you've got a mat, some space around you, turning off any distractions. If you can find a quiet space, that would be ideal. You may like some water, you may like to have a blanket or some warmer clothing for relaxation, a short relaxation at the end, and any props that you feel that you like to use in your practice, like blocks or bands. Just making sure that we listen to our bodies at all times. Any injuries or issues that you're aware of, please make adaptations, modifications. You are responsible for your own body, so just making sure that you look after yourself. Listen more to the body than you do the ego. And if you are pregnant or think that you may be pregnant, please refer to a pregnancy yoga video rather than this one. And with all of that said, let's get started. So for this practice, we're going to begin in a standing position. Preferably, it would be ideal if you can be standing at the top of your mat with the feet hip width facing the top of the mat. I will be here for you just so that you can see me, but if you can align yourself with the top of your mat, that would be perfect. So beginning in this standing position, just roll the shoulders back and down, let the arms relax. And you may want to just tuck in the pelvis slightly. Turn on those tummy muscles just a little bit. And don't lock out the knees, just let the knees be a little bit soft. Head is in line with the spine. And see if we can close the eyes or soften the gaze here. If you feel a little bit wobbly, don't worry about closing the eyes. Just soften the gaze, look down towards the earth. And as long as it feels comfortable and available to you, bring your focus and your awareness to the breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Just allow yourself to settle into this moment, following the journey of the breath, feeling each inhalation and exhalation. Allow the breaths to get nice and long and deep. Feel the chest, the rib cage, and the tummy rise and fall with each breath. Center yourself into this moment, ready for practice. Use a few rounds of exhalation to release any tension you feel in the body, perhaps around the face, the cheeks, the jaw. Exhaling into the neck, the shoulders, traveling all the way down the body, down the spine, into the chest, the rib cage, the tummy. Breathing away any tension from the hips, the legs, even the feet and the toes. And if you feel the mind is busy, you could perhaps breathe away some of that busyness. Continuing to focus on the breath can help to keep the mind in that state of calm and focus on this practice. Allow yourself to acknowledge any thoughts, any distractions that come in, and just breathe them away. Keep coming back to the guide of the breath. And allow your breath just to fall into its natural rhythm, working with this rhythm of each inhale and exhale as we go through this new moon practice. As you turn your awareness inwards, find your inner peace, inner calm. And if you have an intention, you could set your intention for your practice today. As I've mentioned, a short practice for the new moon, the August 2021, the new moon in Leo. So we're working on that Leo energy, that fire energy. And so when you're ready, taking a nice big deep breath in and out through the nose, re-energize into the body. Begin to wriggle the fingers and the toes, and then join those palms in front of the heart. Begin to rub the palms together with just stimulating the pressure points, warming the palms of the hands, and then place the hands over the eyes. Open the fingers gently and slowly as you open the eyes. Let the light filter through. Rub cheeks and throat. And then release those arms down by your side. Beautiful. We'll take some shoulder rolls to begin. So inhale as we roll those shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale as we roll them down. Do a few more of these in your own time. So depending how the breath moves for you, or the rhythm of that breath in, you might be moving quite quickly, quite slowly, somewhere in between. And then take those shoulder rolls back the other way. So inhaling as we lift up and behind, exhaling as we roll forwards. Next time you come forwards with those shoulders, let's take one big roll up as we inhale, and then exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. And then taking the arms long and straight in front. Inhale as we open up those arms to shoulder height. Squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe lift the chin a little bit, open through the chest, and then exhale as you draw those arms forwards again. Maybe drop the chin down onto the chest as you exhale, and then inhale again, open out through the chest. Exhale, arms come forwards, chin drops, shoulders round a little bit if that's comfortable. Last one. And as we inhale, just bring those arms all the way back out to shoulder height. Circle those wrists a few times one way and a few times the other way. And then exhale as you begin to release the arms and drop it into a twist, just twisting from the right to the left, just allowing those arms to be heavy. Feel into the spine, feel into the hips. Again, you can take this as fast or as slow as you want to. And just like a pendulum beginning to slow down, coming back to center. And then releasing. Inhale as we take those arms all the way up. And as we exhale, big circle, draw the palms down towards the ground, push the hips back, lengthen the spine forwards, come all the way down into your forward fold, let the arms drop down, let the head relax. Uttanasana, so allow the upper body to really relax. See how the spine feels here, see how the hamstrings feel. If you feel that you can keep the legs straight and get a nice stretch through the hamstrings, then great. If not, soften into those knees a little bit. It really doesn't matter where the fingers are, whether they're reaching the ground or not. We want to feel the stretch in the backs of our legs. The purpose of this stretch is not to desperately reach towards the floor. It's more to stretch out the hamstrings and the calves, the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. Take one more breath here. And then rise up, big circle with the arms again. Join those palms together above the head, and then exhale, just draw the hands in front of the heart. We're going to drop into some Surya Namaskar sun salutations. That's why I've come to the side. So just making sure you're at the top of your mat, the feet are hip width. And then when you're ready, inhale, big circle again with the arms. Try and draw those arms up, back and behind. And then see if you can take a gentle back bend, squeeze the bottom, push the hips forwards, listen to the back. And then as you exhale again, circle with the arms, come back into your forward fold. You can soften the knees a little bit as you come down. Inhale, take the hands onto the shins, straighten the spine, and see if you can make a tabletop position out of the body. Legs are long and straight, spine is nice and straight, halfway fold. This is called Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, drop back down into your Uttanasana, full fold. So as we inhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands down onto the mat, and then exhale to step that right leg all the way back. Drop down the hips a little bit as you inhale, feel that stretch. Exhale, bring the left leg to join, come to your plank position as you inhale, and then exhale, drop those knees, relax the toes, sit back onto your heels into Child's Pose, Balasana. Taking a breath here. Then just inhale yourself up to tabletop. Move the body forwards, the chest over the hands, drop the hips, squeeze into the tummy. Stay on the knees, 3/4 plank position. If you want to make this harder, you can lift up the knees into your full plank. And then we'll drop into our Chaturangana Dandasana. So as we exhale, we keep the elbows tucked in. And we see if we can drop the chin, then the chest, then the belly. And again, keeping those elbows tucked in, you might just want to push up into a little baby cobra, Bhujangasana, so lifting chest, head off the mat, keeping those shoulders relaxed, elbows tucked in. And then push yourself back up to tabletop, tuck the toes under and push the hips up and away into your down dog. A breath here as you push those heels down. And then inhale, look towards the hands, bend those knees. And as you exhale, see if you can step the right leg all the way through to the top of the mat in between the hands. Inhale again, just dropping those hips a little bit. Make sure the foot is always, you can always see those toes underneath the knee. You don't want the foot to be back here and then you're dropping down because that could damage the knee. So make sure you grab hold of the foot if you need to and take it all the way forwards. If you're practicing sun salutations and you find this transition difficult, as you throw that leg, you can always drop the back knee, throw the leg and then grab hold of the foot and just walk it all the way to the top. And then if you want to, lift that back knee. And then on your next exhale, we're going to step that left leg all the way in to join the right. As we inhale, come into that half forward fold. So see if you can lengthen the legs, take the hands onto the shins. Straighten the spine, bring it into that tabletop position as if you could get a tray of drinks on your back. Rolling those shoulders back and down. As you exhale, drop back into your forward fold. And then inhale to rise all the way up. We're taking a big circle with the arms. You don't need to move, I'm just moving so I can show you. Squeeze into the bottom. And as we inhale, again, dropping into that back bend only if it's comfortable. And then exhale, big circle with the arms again. Push the hips back, soften the knees, come down into your standing forward fold. As you inhale, take the hands onto the shins. Straighten the legs, straighten the spine. Come to your half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, drop back down to your full Uttanasana. Inhale as you plant the hands, so you may need to bend the knees to do this. Plant those hands down, and then as you exhale, the left leg this time steps back. Inhale, drop low, feel the stretch in the front of that left thigh and the hip flexor. And then exhale, right leg joins into plank position. Drop down onto those knees, soften the toes, and sit back into your child's pose. Lengthening the arms, dropping the head. And then as you inhale, rise back up to your tabletop. Just move that body forwards, dropping the hips, squeezing the tummy. 3/4 plank. Of course, you can make it harder if you want to. And then let's try our Chaturangana. Chin drops, keep the elbows tucked in, then chest, then belly, the slower the better. Push into the palms of the hands, come up into your baby cobra, squeeze the bottom. Keep the shoulders relaxed, keep the elbows in. And then on your next exhale, see if you can push a bit further up. Tabletop, tuck the toes under, and push yourself to your down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Nice straight arms, straight legs. And then inhale, look towards the hands, bend the knees. And as you exhale, the left leg steps all the way in again. If it doesn't come all the way, if it just comes to there, if you need to drop the back knee, drop it. Grab that left foot, draw it all the way to the front. Don't want to damage the knee. And then lift the back knee, take an inhale. Exhale, bring the right foot to join the left. Inhale as we straighten the legs, take the hands onto the shins, straighten the arms, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, back to your Uttanasana. And then inhale to rise up. Big circle with those arms. Palms come together. Exhale, draw them in front of the heart. Namaste. Release the arms. Give the legs a little shake out. Take some water if you want. Some practice today is working with that Leo energy, that fire, that sun energy. So we're working a little bit with the solar plexus. So just making sure that we keep ourselves nice and hydrated. And then we're going to come back to those feet at hip width. Again, if you can be at the top of your mat. Inhale those arms all the way up again. Take that back bend if it's comfortable. Squeeze the bottom, lean back. Exhale, circle the arms down, soften the knees. If you want to, come down into your forward fold. Let the head relax, let the shoulders relax, maybe lengthen those legs, feel the stretch in the hamstrings. And then plant the hands, so bend the knees if you need to. Exhale, stepping back with that left leg, and then just drop the left knee down. And then step back with the right leg, right knee joins the left. And sit back into your child's pose. So this time we're going to snake the head through to the top of the mat. If you've never done this before, you might want to watch first. We try to keep the head as low as we can, imagining that we're dragging the nose, the chin, the face along that mat, keeping it nice and low. So as we inhale, we start to drag that head through. You don't actually have to drag it on the mat, just keep it as low as you can. Come all the way to the top of the mat. Stay on the forearms. So if the elbows need to move forwards a little bit, shuffle forwards as you come to the top of the mat with the head, then adjust. And then we're just going to rise up into our Sphinx. So really we want to have the elbows either underneath the shoulders or forwards of the shoulders. Adjust them if you need to. And then as you inhale, lift. Chin, chest. Squeeze into the bottom but keep the shoulders relaxed. And exhale, just allow the chest to roll back down for a moment. Replace the elbows with the hands if you want to, and if it feels comfortable, keep the elbows drawn in towards the body. And we're going to come up into our full Cobra Bhujangasana. Any issues with back, please be very careful with this one. So feel into your body as you come into it, especially if you're new to this pose, but it is great for strengthening the spine. As we inhale, push into the palms of the hands, lift chin, chest, maybe a tiny bit of the belly. See if you can keep those hips down and relaxed. Take a few breaths. And then exhale, lift yourself up with the hips. And again, just sit back into your child's pose, lengthening the arms, dropping the head. Taking a few breaths. Rising up on your next inhale, and as you exhale, drop yourself down to a seated position. And this can be whatever feels comfortable for you. We call this Sukhasana, easy pose with the ankles crossed. You could perhaps take the legs long or come onto the knees, or maybe go into your lotus pose if you're super stretchy. And then we're just going to stretch out that neck so hands can relax on the knees or in the lap, taking an inhale. Exhale, begin to circle that head all the way around, one way. And then take it back the other way. Do this a few times, just circling with the breath. So can we time this with the breath? A great way to keep the mind focused as well, to keep the mind on the practice. And when you've done a few circles in both directions, bringing that spine back to a neutral position. Taking those legs nice and long. Coming into our half lord of the fishes, Ardha Matsyasana. So bending into the right leg. And then we'll drop that right foot over the left leg. So flex the left foot, push the back of the left knee down into the mat. So really engage into those thigh muscles. And now straighten the spine, roll the shoulders back and down. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to twist the body looking over the right shoulder. Take that right hand, pop it behind you, and then wrap the left arm around the right knee, thigh. Don't lean back on that right hand. So as I'm in this position, I'm just going to come to the side so you can see what I mean by that. The spine stays nice and straight. Working into the solar plexus here. Anything that works into this area is also great for digestion. Twists are great for digestion. Great for cleansing and detoxifying the body. So as you can see, my spine is straight. I'm not leaning back or to the side. Last breath here. And then inhaling to gently release and come back to center. Release that right leg. Take it long. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to come to the side so you can see me a little bit better. Flexing both of the feet, engaging both of those thigh muscles. Spine is nice and straight. Inhale the arms all the way up. Reach the fingers and then exhale to lengthen down forwards towards the toes. Doesn't matter if the toes, if that's not happening, you could just rest the hands on the legs or down on the lap. So the aim of this pose is not to grab hold of the toes or to say that I can touch my toes, and I know that many people that practice yoga will say that I need to be able to do this, I need to be able to do that. The aim of the pose is not to please the ego, it's to look after the body. So we want to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, the calves, it's in the backs of the legs. Doesn't matter where the hands are. Keep the shoulders relaxed, maybe allow the head to drop. And get this nice stretch through the hips, the spine and the shoulders as well. And to release, we're just going to let go. You can also use a band there. If you enjoy working with the band, I'll show you that on the next round. Inhale as we rise up. Keeping those arms relaxed, and then exhale, just roll the shoulders back and down. And we'll take it to our half lord of the fishes on the left. So legs are long and straight, just bending into the left knee. Popping that left foot over. Spine is nice and straight. There's extra options here if you ever want to make this any harder, if you practice at home. Some of you may already know that you can also bend the leg underneath. See if you can get both sit bones down and increase that stretch through the hips, through the glutes. Or you can just stay with that bottom leg nice and long. Take an inhale. Exhale with twisting round to the left. And taking that left hand behind, wrapping that right arm around the knee, thigh, keeping the shoulders relaxed, seeing if you can keep that breath, those lungs open, flexing through the right foot, engaging that right leg, stimulating into our fire energy, the solar plexus energy center in the navel. Couple more breaths. And on an inhale, just untwist and come back to center. Release that left leg. Take the legs long, and again I'll show you our seated forward fold Paschimottanasana with a band if you did want to use one. If you have got anything like this that you can use at home, did mention props right at the beginning. If you don't have a stretchy band, you can use a dressing gown belt, or you could use a scarf. There's plenty of things you can use. You don't have to have the exact equipment, the exact prop. So again, we're just flexing into the feet. If you're using a band, you'll want to take the band around the soles of the feet to begin, straighten the spine, then let go of that band, inhale the arms all the way up. Reach and lengthen that spine first, and then exhale. Imagine you're going forwards, not just down. You're not trying to roll in and down towards the pelvis. You're trying to lengthen that spine forwards. And obviously I've just automatically grabbed my toes there, but you grab hold of that band and you just use that band. You don't need to have tension through the shoulders. You just use the band. You can have that band further away, closer. You can have one hand, two hands. Let it work for you. Take one more breath. And then again, just gently release. If you're using band, just let go. Bring that spine back to a neutral position. Bend into both of those knees, taking it into another nice stretch, or should I say strengthening pose for the solar plexus. So our yoga boat Navasana. So we can use the band here or not use the band. If you would like to keep the band with you, around the soles of the feet are hip width, the knees are hip width. Squeeze into the tummy and just see if you can have a nice relaxed shoulder. So have that band at the length where you can keep the shoulders relaxed. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just start to lengthen the spine back a little bit, leaning backwards. Squeezing into that tummy, don't go back all the way, just start to feel those tummy muscles turning on. Use the band to lift the feet into your yoga boat Navasana. If you enjoy this without the band, you can also do it without. Same deal, but this time we just take the arms long, we squeeze into the tummy and we start to lean back. And then maybe one leg lifts and the other leg lifts and we hold it here. So band, no band. Breathe and stimulate into that solar plexus. And for those of you that are well practiced at Yoga Boat Navasana, there are options here as well. You could take the arms up. If that feels too much, you could take one arm for a bit and then the other arm. Have a play around. You can also lengthen the legs and the arms. See what feels good. I'm not feeling that this evening. Last couple of breaths. And then release, maybe taking hands onto the thighs. If you've got the band, you can gently lower the feet with the band. Hopefully feeling that on the abdominal area. We will lower down for a full body stretch to stretch out those tummy muscles. So you can come down nice and easy here, or you can come down my way. If that was quite a bit on the tummy, just start to bring the hands and the forearms down behind you and lower yourself down that way. If not, come with me, arms long and straight, take an inhale. Exhale, drop the chin onto the chest, squeeze the tummy and roll yourself all the way down. Lengthen the legs, feet are together, really point the toes. Let the head and shoulders relax onto the mat. And as you inhale, take the arms all the way up and over, making a long shape with your body. So reach the fingers, reach with the toes. Imagine that you're in a friendly stretching machine, somebody pulling you from the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes. And just breathe into the whole of the body, especially that abdominal area. And on your next exhale, start to release and relax the arms. Drawing the knees into the chest, you can go one at a time or both together. This is called Apanasana. Just to counteract that full body stretch, you could have a little rock from side to side, or you could take a little circle one way or another way. And then gently start to release the soles of the feet down onto the mat. You could stay here with the knees bent for a little bit of relaxation if that feels good on your back. You could come to constructive rest, which is the feet walk out to the outer edges of the mat and the knees just drop in towards each other. Or you could come to your traditional Shavasana, which is just allowing the legs to drop down onto the mat. And I always say this, but it's called Shavasana for a reason. Shavasana translates to corpse pose. So you don't need to be symmetrical here. A corpse does not know whether it's symmetrical or not. So allow yourself to just relax on the mat. Close the eyes, or again, if that doesn't feel comfortable, just soften the gaze. And allow your focus and your awareness to come back, observing the inflow and the outflow of your breath. And with each breath that you take, allow yourself to become more comfortable, more relaxed, and more at peace. Following the journey of your breath, feeling the chest, the rib cage, and the tummy as it gently rises and falls. And then each time you exhale, feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper into the mat. Begin to scan the body, softening the muscles in the forehead and the eyes. Unflare the nostrils, relax the cheeks, the jaw, even the lips and the tongue. Allow the breath to travel through the neck, front and back, softening into the throat, traveling into the shoulders, releasing any stress in those shoulders, the shoulder blades. Feeling yourself soften and relax all the way down the spine. Feeling that breath as it softens the muscles in the chest and the tummy. Perhaps allowing that tummy to expand even more with each breath. Relaxing the hips, the buttocks, the pelvis. And beginning to feel that breath traveling into the thighs, the knees, the lower legs. All the way down into the ankles, the feet, the toes. Allow yourself to completely let go. And as you relax here with the physical body, acknowledge any distractions that happen in the mind, in the environment around you. And once you've acknowledged those distractions, just let them go. Anchoring back to the breath, imagining that breath as an old, faithful friend. And just enjoy these next few moments. This is your time to relax, unwind, and float away. And if you choose, you can pause this video and stay here for as long as you like. If you're ready to reawaken and bring your awareness back to the breath,
Take a few big deep breaths in and out through the nose and really focus on that inhale, inviting all of that energy back into the body, reawakening into the lungs, the chest, the heart, and then start to wriggle the fingers and the toes. And if you haven't got the knees bent, begin to bend the knees now one at a time if you're coming out of your relaxation. If not, you can stay there and enjoy. Bring the palms together in front of the chest and begin to rub those palms together. Placing the hands over the eyes. When you're ready, open the fingers as you open the eyes. Let the light filter through. Rub the cheeks and the throat. And then roll your body over onto the right hand side, away from the heart center. Giving yourself a few seconds before you gently begin to push yourself back up to seated. And that draws us to the end of our August new moon yoga practice today. I do hope you've enjoyed working into that fire, that Leo energy. Inhale, big circle with the arms, join the palms, and then exhale. Namaste to you. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for this short August new moon yoga practice. I do hope you've enjoyed this content. I am always so grateful to be able to share space with you. And of course, if you did enjoy, please comment, share, like, maybe even subscribe. And if you would like to visit my website, you are more than welcome. www.thenaturalrhythmofyoga.co.uk. The details of that website are up at the beginning of the video and also at the end. So until next time, love and light to you. Keep practicing. Namaste.